and coordinated strategies and bring together all levels of law enforcement to focus on gun violence. Third, to turn back this rising tide of violent crime, we need to confront the heroin and opioid crisis in our country and dismantle, which is, I believe, the word President Trump used in another executive order on transnational criminal organizations, dismantle these organizations. And that's what I think we can do together if we work at it. They're bringing unprecedented amounts of opioids, heroin, meth, and cocaine into our country. Our nation is in the throes of a heroin and opioid epidemic. That is not an exaggeration. Overdose death more than tripled between 2010 and 2014. According to the CDC, about 140 Americans on average die from drug overdose every day. That means every 3 weeks we are losing as many Americans' lives to drug overdoses as we lost in the 9/11 attacks. Illegal drugs are flooding across our southern border and into cities of our country, bringing violence, addiction, and destruction. Addiction is destruction. We need to stop addiction. We know, according to the New England Journal of Medicine, they did a report for DEA that concluded that the real surge in heroin is because it's higher purity, lower price, and greater availability. That's us, to a large degree. That's the law enforcement mission. Drive up price, reduce availability, and keep the purity level down. And that will reduce the number of people who destroy their lives by making themselves become addicted. So we've seen the increase in the trafficking of new low-cost heroin by the Mexican drug cartels, and they're dangerous. And you'll have some here in Virginia, and you will arrest them. In my vision of a smart way to do this is let's take that arrest. Let's hammer that criminal who's distributing drugs that have been imported in our country and get that person's cooperation. Go up the line with the federal resources to go all the way back to the border, to go to Mexico, Colombia, or wherever the drugs came from. And let's keep hammering these organizations, reducing the amount of money they send back home, which reduces their strength and their ability to threaten a nation like Mexico, Colombia, Central America. These are powerful forces with billions of dollars of assets, their own little armies, and they're violent, threatening, and they can threaten communities in the United States. I saw it on the Gulf Coast with the huge marijuanas in the 1970s. Whole cities and towns were corrupted by big money and big drugs.